Whoa. That undid the full screen. I actually closed it out. Let me reopen that. In case you haven't noticed, we're using Kirita. I own the game, but it's flat out impossible to record from a DS because potatoes. So we're doing it this way?
Unless we try to record it like did Hamtaro.
That really hurts. Okay, let me get the full screen again. There we go. And it's gonna take a second to pop up. There we go, we're continuing.
Woo!
I always tuck chocolate in my pocket. Like just unwrapped candy bars. So welcome to part 2 of the prologue, Blue Badger.
Why is a blue badger in this?
Because police. The prologue in this game takes forever. It just does. Here we go. Courtroom time. Come on, Nick. Just like I said. We got into a case. Why are you in a foreign court if you haven't studied foreign law?
But I thought Phoenix said they were not going to participate in the actual court.
Yeah, but now they have another case. I mean, didn't you expect that any murderers would happen during this time? I don't think they did. I don't think they have enough lawyers. They didn't expect a single murder to happen.
There's not enough British lawyers in Britain.
I guess not. Well, apparently they also flat out decided that Phoenix should do this case because they want to seem like more universal. They wanted it to be an exemplary case. We can never tell that by your title badge. Of sorts. I have not played a Layton game other than this one, so I'm probably showing favoritism towards Phoenix and Maya, mainly because I don't know who Layton is beyond this. I probably should explain why she's dressed like that, but it's a long story. We don't have time. You don't ever seem to be busy. That's why you got sent over here. Jewel thieves in London. Scotland Yard on red alert. Simple textbook trial.
はじめまして。ステラ寄宿女学院の教師をしているジョドーラです。魔法ね。弁護士の先生よ。よろしくお願いします。
She's spacey. She's pleading guilty, so there's not much you need to do. I suggest you accept the punishment proposed by the prosecution. Have you not received the case materials? Just got the case materials. You got in there now. You're trying to plead guilty. I didn't even have time to look at the case file. I'm not a witch. That's all you want to say?
Not the witch.
She said that she's not a witch. It's very important right now.
That's what I say after I bash somebody over her head. Not a witch.
We got a new judge. Cool.
検察側、準備は完了しております。
弁護側はいかがでしょう。終わっていますかな。
そうですね。まあある種終わっていると言えるのかも。
あなた、この国の法廷は初めてだとか。
そうですけど。
国際弁護士協議会の技術交流ですか。いいですな、楽しそうで。
Sounds like fun.
まあ観光がてら気楽な気持ちでかかってくるが良いでしょう。
You can take it easy today.
この場当たり、心ゆくまでお相手いたしますぞ。
I'll take care of everything.
だけが言われてるよ。なるほどか。
やれやれ参ったな。
That's it. He's asking how we do it on the west side.
こんな状態で弁護できるのか。まあホネさんのことは。
The west side of Japan America. Because it's kind of confusing. We keep saying America.
Worst case here, we're gonna ask the same simple questions. Trying to sink or swim. What is the name of the defendant? Phoenix, Dark Law, Isabella.
Espella Cantabella.
Isabella Cantabella.
I was thinking of Claire's.
Hmm?
I don't know. Estella makes me think of Eclairs for some reason.
Claire's?
Eclairs.
Eclairs. What is the nature of the offense? Crime is Isabella accused of? You know, Isabella seems like a timid girl. Seems something minor like shoplifting.
Always murder.
It's always murder. Let's see. I gotta have items for this. Okay, the letter handed over by... Why do I have this? Why do I have the Historia Labyrinthia and a letter from Carmine? I don't know, I have a little sketchbook and that was terrible. Let's save while we're here. Can't be anything more to do like that jewel theft. To answer the question, can you name the 2 offenses? 2. Nick, think. What other petty offense could it be? We weren't told anything at all. You haven't forgotten the court record? I was trying to check the court record. We had letters that we shouldn't possibly have. That's what you always refer to, the court record. Oh, there we go, court record button added. Thank you. Theft and assault. Laceration of the back of the head, hit with a long, blunt object. Must be nerves. Okay. I already checked it. Fraud and assault. Murder and theft. Murder and theft, obviously. Fine, theft and assault. She obviously murdered someone. Otherwise, why would we be here?
Honor, it is theft and assault by potato.
What disgusting crimes.
She smacks someone with a potato.
Is that correct, defendant? Yes. No kidding, she doesn't look like a violent girl. Okay, so harbor, carrying goods away from London. Defendant illegally boarded the ship, tried to steal some of its cargo. She was discovered by a crew member and captured by the ship's security guard. Violently resisted. She picked up a steel pipe and hit the crew member on the head. So that's assault she's accused of. What did the defendant attempt to steal from the freighter? A stuffed toy. She was about to steal this. The badger? Oh, it's PC badger. So in other words, the British police now have taken up the same thing.
No. Blue badger should not be a bird.
Too late. I see that mascot made a career for itself in England. You would have thought. First witness. Why do we need witnesses if we are pleading guilty? Isn't the point of pleading guilty to, like, admit the crime, get a lighter sentence, maybe? To not have to go through all this?
I think so.
Shonin, 名前と職業を。
船は常に危険にさらされている。
What?
だからこそ俺はそこにいる。 俺こそはそう危険にさらされた船の平和を守るプロフェッショナル。その名もゆとりのガードだ。警備員です。
He's very happy with himself. Here we go, testimony time. He went on patrol, as usual, latched onto some suspicious noises coming from the cargo hold. Sprinted full speed to the cargo hold, but too late to stop the blow. He captured the criminal expertly. Within seconds, I established there was nothing out of order at the crime scene. Nothing out of order. One you arrested was defendant. And for standard patrolling procedure, all lights were on and you saw her clearly. Is that correct, Mr. Smiles? Yes, sir, I'm an expert after all. We hesitate before saying that. Cross-examine. Let's see how busy Barrister is. Mr. Wright should be the same as anywhere else. I don't think we need to have that explained. Gather all suspicious statements. There's contradiction, present evidence. Let's do it.
That night, I went on patrol, as usual.
My keen ears latched on suspicious noises. Let's see that one. How many hats do you have you keep throwing them like frisbees?
That's right. An expert of my caliber can always tell when a noise is suspicious.
So you can tell the difference between a woo bird and a human?
I certainly can, young lady. Look at my smile. My smile are my eyes. I mean, when my smiley sense starts tingling, it means there's a crime taking place.
So can you tell us more about the noises you heard?
That's right, the sound of two women fighting. Naturally, I sprang into action. And I arrived at the crime scene in the blink of an eye.
In other words, you went to the cargo hold because you heard strange noises.
Yes, that's about it.
Back to where I started. Your Honor, may I? Oh, we got a photo. Okay, so they're fighting in the back of the hold, under the red emergency light. Some items are spilling out of the broken crate, broken with a steel pipe. The London Police Badger, mascot PC Badger. If he said nothing was out of place though, so I feel like that's probably the evidence we needed, right? I should say before doing it, right? Saved. Yay! I probably pronounced that wrong. That's an interesting way to say it. That's a bit funny.
Huh?
The point is, one of the crates in the cargo hold appears to have been tampered with. It must have smashed with a pipe, nothing odd about it. Take a look at the photo. It looks like a bit too much damage for a pipe. There's another crate that's kind of strange. Appears to have been forced open. Security guard didn't notice that one either. There was nothing out of order, but there's several things out of order. You didn't notice anything obvious. Order! It's certainly serious oversight for someone claiming to be an expert. Whether it's an expert or not, it bears no relevance to the case. He saw the defendant hit the victim with a steel pipe.
Well, you just said. I'm afraid I can't let that slide.
Excuse me?
I am an expert guard. Focused, thorough, precise. A true professional. To prove it, I will testify once more and use my hat as a boomerang.
Now, this is the attitude that most witnesses in this game have, that when you find a contradiction with them, they double down and get extremely upset that you dared to question them.
You're all dying to know why I ignored that one trait, huh?
I'm more interested in knowing how that small bite took such a big hunk out of that chocolate. And where you're getting all these, like, new chocolate bars to take just one bite out of. And then store in your pocket, I guess. What excuse do you think he'll come up with, Nick? Who knows? Got a bad feeling. Here we go. What did he see?
It's only natural that I missed the other crate. The lights in the cargo hold weren't on.
It's almost like I said they were on earlier.
But they weren't this time anyway. But of course I had to. Guard's best friend is lucky, trusty pocket. The emergency light was on mine, so I saw that girl standing right in front of the crew member as she attacked.
Okay, there's the problem.
There was no one else in the room. Yeah, Johnny, go for it.
Well, I immediately found the problem, so can just jump right to that one, right? Wait a moment. The security company claims the lights were on during patrol.
Yes, that's the official procedure, you see.
Yes, official procedure is lying out your ass.
But those light controls can be such a pain in the... Wait, no, that's not it. I mean, the truth is an expert like me doesn't need those lights to do his work.
In other words, you neglected to turn on the lights because you don't understand how to work a light.
Possibly. Now when I got this, the focus beam of my trusty torch cuts through the darkness like a laser.
Okay, and what if you need any of your actual tools to defend yourself? Now you have something in your hand. That's like your only method of seeing anything.
Don't worry, I'm an expert.
The witness will refrain from pointing the torch in this direction. Justice may be blind, but I'd rather not be.
Oops, sorry, Your Honor.
This trusty torch shall be added to the court record as evidence. Covered in chocolate fingerprints. Great. Ew, what is that? What is it, Your Honor? This pocket torch is covered in something sticky.
Ah. It seems my sweet little buddy's been up to some mischief.
That would be left sticky fingerprints all over the flashlight. That's kind of gross. Okay, let's see. She stood right in front of the crew member as she attacked. Back of the head.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
You're sure the defendant was standing right in front of the crew member?
Absolutely, they were facing each other the entire time.
Well, that's weird because it clearly contradicts this evidence. What do you mean? According to the victim's medical report, the blow was dealt to the back of the head. You know, this actually is kind of nice that they let you plead guilty after arguing your case as hard as possible.
Yeah. The back of the head.
Do you understand now? If they were facing each other, there's no way the victim could have been hit from behind.
Yes, sir!
Witness, can you offer an explanation for this contradiction? Yes, explain yourself. It's the first I'm hearing of this.
Yes, sir, it's strange, isn't it? I'm totally sure they were fighting face to face. Sure, there's nothing chocolate bar on it.
Doesn't look like he's lying, but then... Hey Nick, look at me. Well, what are you doing, Maya? I was just checking if I could hit the back of your head while you were facing me. Yep, she just did. She just attacked you with a pipe, the same thing that lady's in trouble for, in the middle of a courtroom. Doesn't seem doable, especially for someone as vertically challenged as me. How about you keep your dangerous little experiments inside that head of yours? I'm kinda like living things. At least we learned a couple of important things. First, that his witness is unreliable, and second, that the prosecution didn't investigate this case properly. I got feelings right. There's more of this case to make its eye. Plead not guilty, wait and see what happens. Well, I don't have the ability to go back, so we're pleading not guilty now, because I say so. Defense starts once more. The defendant is innocent. What? This is foolishness. Just who do you think you are? Waltzing in here with balderdash. This is not how it's supposed to be. What did you just say? Not how it's supposed to be. The court's opinion, the defendant is no way cleared of suspicion, however. This witness is proven unreliable. That's more than any other judge has actually said. They just normally let them testify as much as they want. But then again, we took the wind out of him pretty well, it seems. The defendant admits all charges. Her guilt is beyond doubt. The defendant is a schoolgirl. You can't go on her confession alone. We've established only one thing. That Mr. Smiles is neither an expert or even a reliable witness. Oh. That got me to get back up.
Never have my professionalism and expertise been questioned.
Wait a minute. You've only been at this job for like half a year? And you're calling yourself an expert? Isn't 6 months barely past probation period?
You're saying Goldilocks there is innocent. In other words, that she didn't assault anyone. And that she didn't steal this toy? Isn't that so familiar?
Well, it's nice of them not to press charges for sneaking onto the ship. I mean, that would have been hard to prove. But we can prove that she didn't steal that toy. if that would just let her go free. We have no proof yet that she tried to steal it.
I got you there.
You actually have some kind of evidence?
I have a decisive piece of evidence.
Are you stealing from the scene of the crime too?
The proof that this girl was trying to kidnap PC back.
You too? Your punch is shocked.
When I see the girl at the crime scene, she was blasting this in her hand. She didn't even seem to notice.
And what would that be? PC's Badger's tag. Now that you mention it, the mascot has sort of an ill-fitting tag attached. There's an address. There's an address on there. Scotland Yard and their telephone number. Well, what if she was trying to contact the police and didn't know how? That's kind of the important part, right? It's ripped one of the PC's Badger toys.
The suspect was caught in the act of nicking this very toy.
Well, not really. She was taking the tag off one of them.
Don't question me and my 6-month expertise. That tag was ripped off during the court.
And this tag is...
What we have here is a decisive evidence that she was trying to steal the cargo.
No way. Goodness, I was never informed of such evidence. If you had this, why didn't you hand it over?
Sorry, Mr. Prosecutor. I am an expert on what I do.
And what I do is hide things from the police.
And my expert advice to myself was that I better keep this as my secret weapon.
In case any lawyers decided to question my testimony.
So I waited for the right moment to single-handedly settle this problem.
Looks like Lynch and I are both in uncharted waters now. You know, I'm pretty sure if you did this in real life, you would be arrested.
Yeah.
I mean, how are they even supposed to know that was in our hand? It's just you claiming that, and they can't even fingerprint it now.
Yeah.
Defense? Yes. Your appearance in this court was very hastily decided. That's true. It came from the call from attorney's office. Came out of nowhere. Perhaps in all confusion, the request from your client escaped detention. Please just pretend. Just say she's guilty. Were you not instructed to accept the sentence proposed by the prosecution? I don't think of it. Miss Darkla did say something about that before the trial. Technically, she just said, I suggest. She didn't say do it. She just said, I suggest it. You've convinced us all of your skills, so your good name will not suffer. Just call her guilty already. What do you say to that, Mr. Wright? Depending on your stance on this matter, the court may now pass the verdict. My stance? That's something I don't need to think twice about. Continue the trial. Defense demands that we continue the trial until I am satisfied. I don't care what my client thinks. I'm gonna continue until I'm satisfied with all of my cases. You don't know who I am. Very well. Prosecution calls its second witness. Another one!
Hey, wait a second, what about me? Come on, guys, don't forget about Johnny. Let me start from the top. No detail omitted.
As soon as you leave the witness stand and go back to witnessing your crimes on television.
Yeah. Yes, sir!
Break time. 15-minute break. Prepare the witness. Is that understood? Yeah. Defense, no objections. Real game start now. To be continued. Okay, let's save. First part's over. That witness is a character. I'd love to be one in crime drama. Now it looks like we might be able to get a spell and not guilty. Hope I cheered her up a bit. Dark Glow's mad. He's reading the newspaper. I appreciate your efforts. But while I understand your drive to win this case, my drive, this is not the time for your personal ambitions. Told you before, Vespella is pleading guilty, except the proposed punishment. This incident has already been settled between our school and the police. Vespella could be innocent. The more this trial drags on, the more traumatic it is for this poor girl. In any case, we don't want our school being shoved into the limelight because of this case. Please refrain from picking at meaningless details. Nice, set. Here we go, back in the courtroom. Olivia al dente.
エーゲ海を吹く風にスパイスの香りを乗せて海の恵みを黄金の一皿に盛り付ける。そのスープは荒れ狂う海の男たちの
You
心
probably
を
shouldn't be
癒や
kissing your
す
knife.
そんな伝説があるわ。スープに幸あらんことを誰の捨てるね。
Yes. Played as a cook. I see the judge is impartial. Discovered the cargo when she went for a despise. The one who got clobbered. The first person to discover the intruder. Probably my kitchen knife. I've shown her exceptional cutting skills. She's an expert potato peeler. Better watch out. Keeps falling asleep. Witness testimony. Describe to us what happened in the cargo hold. Gladly. She's dancing. Okay, so it's past 10. Clutching one of those bizarre toys, she made her run away. Tried to stop her, then she grabbed the pipe. She swung the pipe at me, and I tried to dodge. She hit me on the head, blacked out for a few minutes. Should have been more careful, but she's like little girl. Well, he's much taller than this Bella. Very short but well proportioned. Such evidence proves the defendant's guilt. Fingerprints on the steel pipe. Huh? It seems more like she was... That's kind of an interesting way to be holding things. Let's see. If I was holding something like that, it'd be more down than up. I don't think I'd be able to do a top swing like that. Witness is lying, if that's the case. Let's find the truth. Cross-examination time. Okay, cargo check supplies past 10. Okay, let's talk about the toys. PC Badger. Kind of dark, but I swear on Neptune it was her. Even if the room was poorly lit, there's no doubt she'd recognize her assailant. Defendant tried to escape. Far in the room, she had nowhere to run. Really good at catching chickens, so tried to defend with a knife. Caught her. She's short, but she fiercely swung the pipe at me. Something about those fingerprints. They don't look quite right to me. Oh, she swung it with both hands instead of just one. Let's go ahead and save real quick. Doesn't do anything wrong. Still. Got any ideas? I don't know, let's just present it, I guess. It seems a bit odd. Contradiction. The existence, no, that'd be normal if she swung them. The position of the fingerprints, most likely. The defendant held the pipe like this. In order to hit the witness, helped to raise the pipe like so. That is precisely what she did. Then she struck from above, but here's the problem. Think about the fingerprints she would have left if she'd done that. Look closely. The way I'm holding the pipe, the position, the fingerprints. It looks like this. The thumb is above the other fingers. Now take a look at the fingerprints that were left on the pipe. The thumb is below. So dente. Had the defendant attacked you as you described, the fingerprints would have been the other way around, which means something's not right with your testimony. So, what do you have to say about this? I don't know why the prosecution gets in trouble every time they don't point out their own contradictions. Excuse me, Dante. Now to bring out the full sweetness of the sweet potato, you use a pinch of salt. Interesting, right? You use salt to make something taste sweeter. And not falling. I remember now, the other way around, not as you'd expect it. I'm sorry, I got a bit confused. You normally hold a pipe like that. She was so small and the pipe was heavy, so she held it the other way. The other way? Not like this. She held it this way. But you testified she fiercely swung the pipe at you. I'm telling you, I got confused. Olivia's sorry, okay? How did you mistake the way she held the pipe if she was in front of you? Why don't you go fry an egg? What does she matter? She held it one way or another. You wouldn't call a slightly salted sweet potato a salty potato, because it's still a sweet potato no matter what you add to it. The defendant attacked the witness, pipe backhanded. How was she supposed to hit the back of her head with that? I guess prove there's a contradiction. You're in a pickle now. I don't see why. Adding fact of lies to a testimony can turn things very sour for a witness. Contradiction of this witness's testimony. Present evidence. Defendant hit the witness, contradicting the assertion that it was hit backhanded. Well, how is she supposed to? It's her height. Fine, I'm use a hint coin. Hint present. Okay, so it's one of these three. Okay, so newspaper, jewel thieves, no. I don't think that she hit with that. It's hit with a long blunt object. not a short one. You were using a hat to cover the wound you received. It's normal for scenery to just cover up things they don't want people to see. That's not all. You described the defendant as little. At the very least, she's shorter than you. Grown tall and healthy. How did a short hair... I don't know how that translated into saying what I wanted to say, but okay. Defendant held it backhand, but even if she didn't, it's highly unlikely she'd be able to hit your head like that. It's highly unlikely, it can't be proved, it was impossible. Bella did hold the pipe. She held it like this. Why would she do that? It's hard to hit anyone like this. When she holds it like that, it looks as if she's defending. His fingerprints may be on the pipe, however, that doesn't prove she hit anyone with it. What else would she pick up a steel pipe for? I think I got a pretty good idea. Well, then the defense may elaborate on its idea. The defendant's fingerprints were left when she reached for a weapon, attacked her, or tried to defend herself. Well, naturally, she held the pipe with both hands when she stopped it from going down on her head. With both hands? That's right, like this. Take a little look. These are not fingerprints of an assailant, but rather the fingerprints of a victim who is defending herself. Which brings us to the conclusion. Candela didn't attack. She was in fact the victim trying to defend herself. And if she was a victim, who was the real assailant? There's only one person who could have done it. The one and only other person at the crime scene was Olivia Al Dente. Order, the court's adjourned. Quiet. Oh, she got a deal. This is like, you should get the chop. How about I show you my knife up close? Oh god. You must remind Wright, the witness is a victim, not the assailant. There's no fingerprints of the defendants on the weapons. Oh, she's also wearing gloves. Look at the witness's outfit. She's wearing gloves. You can perfectly see her. You cannot be sure she was wearing gloves that night. She said that was a work uniform. Must have been wearing for when she went for supplies. You devious lore, slippery as an eel. Because I had gloves on? As if it's only me wearing gloves. She's the only one in the courtroom wearing gloves. It was that guy, the guard. He was wearing gloves too. Guard? Oh, that's right. Gloves are his uniform guard by regulation. He was wearing gloves that night. The assailant was a person that had gloves on. Wouldn't that make it suspicious? It's impossible. Why not? Anyone with gloves could have got on it. Didn't you just say that? No, I didn't. The guard could have done it. He was wearing gloves. I'm afraid it's not possible. Let's see the proof. Please enlighten us as to why Smiles cannot be the culprit. Because he already left fingerprints. There's no guarantee he'd follow the rules and wear his full uniform. In this evidence, he did not wear gloves. Don't throw that filthy torch at me. The chocolate is the evidence. He's snacking on a chocolate bar, and that's why his flashlight's like this. And covered in chocolate fingerprints. He didn't wear gloves. That guy. What? That's merely pointed out a possibility to call his witness criminal without evidence against his preposterous. Prosecution's duty is to clear doubts regarding the defendant's guilt. I've demonstrated that there is at least a possibility the witness is not telling the truth. Or at least, Bella Cantabella is not innocent. The toy she attempted to steal. Did Olivia just freeze for a second? The stuffed toy defendant tried to steal. One of its legs is missing. PC Badger and the defendant were fighting. Capital of the fighter reported damage after the defendant's arrest. Hear the witness testimony regarding the doll. You're gonna leave marks in that stand. Witness, you've been asked to testify. I'm so sorry, I get upset at all accusations. Not used to this, not being called a liar. It's the Slimy's attorney's fault. Witness now testify. How will they retrieve the toy from the defendant? Wonder what you're saying, don't get it. Better get loads of cargo. Toy ripped back from reverse, leg got ripped off though. Holding toy with the one hand, don't remember much about it. Got the toy back at least. You got it ripped to shreds, that's what you got it. Workshop in London. Court accepts it to evidence. Defense may now cross-examine the witness. Wrestle this toy back from the thief, give it to please. This thing is flimsy. Take down the PC Badger. There's no reason to make fun of him. Kept it with me till the police came. So you didn't hit the defendant with a steel pipe? Aren't you forgetting who's the victim here, sweetie? I am. I didn't strike myself with that pipe. Are you getting things back for a civilian doozy? Maybe you haven't been eating properly. Someone else must have hit her. How did she even get hit? Only me and that little girl. So it had to be her that hit me. That sounds easy, I know what to do. There's a clear contradiction. Okay, so we couldn't get any evidence from the toy. Should give it to the police. Oh wait, it has a tag. It should not have a tag. If that's the one that Isabella had. Let's see. Let's go ahead and present it here. Nope. What? 95% right here? Okay, it was that, but just in a different area to say the same exact thing. Well, there's no button to load here, so whatever. Things don't add up. What doesn't add up? It's about the leg. That's that girl's fault. She wouldn't let go. Something that shouldn't be there. See, the tag. He got the tag from her. But that one shouldn't have had the tag if she was the one she touched. Something definitely ripped off this plushie. So it looks like it was the tag. You noticed it too, didn't you? The stuffed animal was kind of Bella was holding when you found her. Then why is the tag still on it? Hey, you tasteless looking prosecutor, help me. You didn't tell me about the tag so I can have my story straight. You please calm down. It's no use blaming the prosecutor. He didn't even know this tag existed. Because that guy decided to hold it from everyone. Then why is there a tag on this toy? How come this toy has a tag? There's a tag on stuffed animal because you put a new tag, the toy was swapped, she took the wrong toy. I'm gonna guess the toy got swapped. You swapped it for another. Why'd I do something like that? That's right, that tag must be fake. Why would you think that? Chocolate Fruit trying to frighten me. I don't think the Chocolate Freak cares enough about you to frame you. He wanted attention. Guard lied to show off, that's all there is to it. I like the ability to save whenever. Did Johnny provide bogus evidence to draw attention to himself? It's impossible. I see you like an onion. Anyway, was Mr. Smiley lying? There's an easy way to find out. By checking fingerprints. According to Mr. Smile's testimony, when he sees Count Bella, she was holding the tag in her hands. Therefore, her fingerprints must be on it. Have an investigated. Asking Mr. Flinch something. Did you find a toy without a tag at the crime scene? No, William. We didn't seem necessary to investigate. All the toys in the crate had their tags on. No stuffed animal was found without a tag. It may still be hidden at the crime scene. Defense requested to be searched thoroughly this time. Send a forensic team there immediately. Another search? Surely you can't be serious. The toy was swapped or not doesn't matter. They're all the same. Anyone will do just fine. That's exactly why it's important. But these plushies are the same. There's no need to swap out. And yet, she did. She didn't want... Why is the witness getting so worked up? She didn't want the police holding on to that one for some reason. He's out about this case. Stolen stuffed animal and assault connected to it. There has to be more to it. There's another crime. This is it. What should I do? Well, I hit a button without even trying to. I'm just already pretty shaken. No, Nick. This left ground right under her feet. Deliver the final blow. Got it, Maya. Yeah, that's the spirit. I didn't even mean to hit a button there. Especially without a tag we found on the ship, there's a strong possibility this case will be resolved. No! Oh, she screamed loudly. Oh, she's got a mackerel. Or is that another fish? No, you can't search it again. You just can't. She's got a huge fish. Why did you swap the stuffed animal then? And why are you so afraid of having the ship searched? PC Badger holds all the answers. I say, Mr. Wright, could it be you already know the reason behind the swap? Of course, I don't have any definitive proof, but it comes to pointing out a possibility I might have something. Giving any evidence that will explain why she's against the search. A jewel thief. If a jewel is hidden in there, it will make it immensely valuable. Elusive jewel thieves at large in London. I heard about the robbery. Group of thieves made about 50 pieces of jewelry. All packages are being scrutinized by the police. I beg to differ. The jewel theft took place in London. That's where a freighter picked up its cargo. That night you discovered the defendant in the cargo hold. She was holding one of the plushies, so you knew you had to get it back. You had to get it back at all costs, but why go so far for a mere plushie? There's only one reason. You couldn't afford the police to discover what's inside of it. Fish slapped her. Where's that fish slapped? This is a toy between a storage unit and a pipe. The toy has been cut open and contents examined, and this is found inside a pink diamond worth 100,000. So also received a report from the crime lab. The defendant's fingerprints have been found on the tag. Anything to say? Fish slap mark. I lost, didn't I? So you're a... Yeah, I'm one of them. One of the jewel thieves. My role was to get the loot out of London. Police never checked shipments from that workshop, taking advantage of the blind spot. Direct delivery source has been overlooked by the police. As the workshop produces the mascots representing the police. Other crew had nothing to do with it. I used their ship, that's all. You hid the jewels inside the plushies, one jewel in each toy, carrying them away one by one. Defendant happened to pick one of the toys up. I had my heart stand still when I saw that girl in the cargo hold. When I was free, I stood guard in front of that room, and yet she somehow got in anyway. There she was in the room, with a hidden loot, one of the toys in her hand. How did this fella get in there? I don't know if she was trying to steal the toy or what. Just had to get back from her no matter the cost. Then I handed in a different toy and made it look like I was ripped in the fight. It would have been over for me if the police found any of the jewels. Did you even get hit? But wait, who was it in the end? Who hit Olivia? Oh, I almost forgot about that. I thought it must have been her. But now I don't know. You don't know? No one else was supposed to be in that room. What if there was someone in the shadows? Some mischievous person hidden in the darkness. This is a normal case for us. Annabelle is innocent. Hello, Mr. Wright. Yeah, you think it's probably find the truth. No need to thank me. I was doing my job. Not really the smartest thing you can come up with. Mr. Flinch pushing for his guilty. This trial will serve as a lesson to you too, is that understood? How dare you lose to an American lawyer? Not guilty. Yay! What? You missed the fish slap. You didn't. And now she's like, why'd you do this? You messed up. Thank you, Mr. Wright. You're better than I thought. As I known earlier, I would have asked you to prove her innocent from the start. I'm glad you're happy about the verdict. Thank Mr. Wright. Thank you, Mr. Wright. Glad I could help. Hey, Bella. What's with the book? She's shy, fond of books. Now she can return to a peaceful life at boarding school. All thanks to you, Mr. Wright. Now please, we have formalities to do. Mr. Wright, you're astounding in that courtroom. Farewell. Well, the thing is, we also never proved that she didn't grab one of those toys. Finally over. Something's still bothering me about this one. The person who had Olivia. Where'd they go? We don't know who actually assaulted it, if it wasn't Expella. There must have been another person there. But if neither Olivia or Johnny saw anyone else. It was dark save for emergency light. I'm sure someone hid in the shadows. Johnny was wearing sunglasses. I'm amazed he saw anything at all. He missed all his clues, so it's not so much of a stretch to imagine he missed the perpetrator too. Head back. Time to head back. No. They're on the couch. Espella left her book. This one she was holding. We should return it to her. Let's see what kind of things she likes to read.
やめときなよ、弥生ちゃん。
ラビリンシアか。
Here we go. Maya and her stealing ways. Too late. Oh, they're getting in the book too. To be continued. Yeah, I lost a point of credibility. Because I presented the right evidence at the wrong place. I saved, but there's no load button, so I didn't want to go back to the main menu. Save time. That looks like time. Right?
Yes, stuck now.
Ah, I'm stuck. How do I do this? Full clear room protector. There we go. And bye-bye.